Hi, friends, and welcome. My name is Rochelle, and I'm here again from New Leaf Foundation. So, today's practice, I really want us to focus our attention, our awareness on connecting with ourselves. So, being able to move our bodies is one of the ways that we can really start to connect. So, when we do this practice together, I really want you to notice the moments where you might feel pain or feel discomfort, and really try your best to work in a limit or a way that feels like it's comfortable, like you're being very kind to yourself and to your body. Now, in this practice, I am using a yoga mat, but you don't need a yoga mat. You can use a blanket and any other thing that you kind of have around the house, even if you want to use a pillow to help support yourself. So really just exploring with the things that you have around you, how you can make this practice one where you feel good, where your body feels happy. I like that word. And just being able to take a little bit of time to connect with ourselves. So here we go. Let's get into it. All right, so come into a comfortable seated position, and it could be either cross-legged like me, or you can sit on your shins if it's more comfortable, or even a chair. We're going to start by doing a 5-count breath to connect a little bit to the present moment. Flipping the palms upside down. As we breathe in and breathe out, we'll fold one finger down, just representing one cycle of breath. And then as you breathe in and breathe out, you'll fold your second finger down, and that'll be your second cycle of breath. Right, so moving through the rest of the 3 breaths on your own, using the hands as a way to count. Now, when you've completed your 5th breath, if your eyes were closed, you can open them. You'll bring your left hand down and beside you, and then cross your right arm to the opposite knee. We'll take a very gentle twist as you look over the shoulder. And then we'll switch. We'll bring the right hand behind, beside the hip, and the left hand to the opposite knee. And you'll take a twist. All right, we'll do that one more time. And this time, I just want you to notice how this twist is feeling in your body, and then switch. And as we come back to center, you're going to inhale to reach your arms up overhead. See if you can get long through the spine. And as you exhale, you'll bring your hands in front of you, bringing your chin in towards your chest, kind of rounding through your spine. Inhale here, reaching the arms up, kind of stretching up here, getting long through the sides of your waist. And then exhale, coming forward, chin tucks in. Last time like that. Inhale, arms reach up. This time, one hand will come down beside you, say the left arm, and then you'll tip over to the left side. Okay, inhale, reaching the arms up, and then switching. Bring your right arm down, left arm overhead, and tipping over to the right side. So we start to stretch through the side of our bodies. See if you can keep your hips planted on the floor or your pillow. All right, inhale, reach your arms up. And then circle them back in behind you. If you need to come on to tippy fingers, sometimes that helps. And then reach your chin and your chest up. Inhale, arms reach. Exhale, circling them back. Hands come down. And then on your next inhale, lifting up through your chest, your chin, taking a little bit of a back bend. Last time, inhale, reach up. Arms circle back. And then inhale, chin, chest lifts. Back bend, your back bend. Right, so just take a moment and notice how your spine is feeling, if anything came up there. Right, and then we'll move on. So just remove the cushion if you had a cushion from underneath you, and we'll come to sit on our bottoms on the floor. You'll reach one leg out and straight, let's say the right leg, and bend your left knee in towards your thigh. Reaching up, you'll start to pivot the top of your body towards the straight leg and then bring your hands down to the floor, wherever they come. They're moving in the direction of the foot, but if you have to pause at the shin or at the thigh, that's okay. Right? Take a few breaths, see if you can relax a little bit in this shape. And then we'll inhale, reach the arms up. You'll bring your left hand down and behind you. You'll stomp your right foot onto the floor and then lift your hips, extend your hips up. So this shape is sometimes called wild thing. We'll do it one more time, reaching the chest towards the straight leg. Reaching the arms up overhead. Bringing the left hand down beside you, stomping your right foot onto the floor, and then lifting your hips up. For an extra challenge, you can straighten your right leg. And then lower the hips down. Let's switch sides. This time, the right foot bends into the left. You'll inhale here, reach your arms up, twisting your chest towards your straight leg, and then forward folding. You can walk your hands any amount forward that feels comfortable, but all the while just remaining kind to yourself. All right, inhale, reach the arms up. This time, the right hand comes behind us. You'll come to stand on your left foot and inhale to reach your hips up and get long through the top arm. One more time. Inhale, reach your arms up overhead. Exhale, fold forward towards the straight leg. And then inhale and exhale, soften. Inhale, arms reach up overhead. Exhale, that right hand comes down beside. Stomp your foot onto the floor. Inhale to lift the hips up, right? So you can straighten your leg here if you want a little bit of challenge. You feel pretty supported here. And then you'll lower your hips back down. Okay, we'll bring both of the soles of the feet together so that the legs kind of look like a butterfly. You'll reach your hands in through the space and scoop up your feet from the outside. Again, we're going to draw the chin in towards the chest and round through the back of the body. And I want you to just notice if there's any kind of pain sensation that's coming up. You can ease out of this any amount. Okay, we'll slowly start to roll up. And we'll come on to hands and knees. So please bring your wrists underneath your shoulders and your knees underneath your hips. From here, you're going to extend your right leg back and behind you. And then exhale, knee comes in towards your chest as you round in. Inhale, you'll lift up through your chest, through your chin, and then exhale, chin in towards the knee rounding. So we'll take a couple more like that. See if you can move with your breath. And on the next one, you're going to step your right foot to the outside of the right pinky finger. Press your left hand onto the floor and then reach your right arm up overhead. So we create a little bit of a twist through the spine. Both of your hands will come down to your mat and then you'll step back into your tabletop. This time, extend your left leg straight in behind you. And then as you bend your knee in towards your chest, you're going to round your spine, or really feel what it's like to round the spine. Right? Your inhale breath allows that leg to reach out and your chest to come forward. We see if we can sync our movements with our breath. Okay, step that left foot to the outside of the left pinky finger. We find that lunge. Right hand presses into the floor. And then you'll lift your left arm up. There's a little twist here. Bring both of your hands back down to the floor. And then you'll step back into your tabletop. Tuck your toes under, and we'll lift our hips up for our first downward facing dog. So just notice here your hands on your mat. See if you can separate all 10 of your fingers wide. And then you're more than welcome to bend the knees. Sometimes that makes this pose easier. So bend the knees a lot. You can explore with even extending one heel to the floor at a time. And then we'll shift the weight forward, come to that tabletop, and then shift your hips towards your feet to a child's pose. Okay, roll to your tabletop, lift your hips up, downward facing dog. We'll do that again. Come forward, tabletop. Shift your hips back into a child's pose, pressing your hands into the floor to get long through your spine. Inhale, tabletop. Exhale, downward facing dogs as your hip lifts. And then you come forward to your tabletop, touch the knees down, and child's pose. Right? So notice if as we did that, the breath started to get faster or deeper. We'll come on to tented fingers. Keep your hips in towards your heels and start to walk your hands over to the left. And then we'll walk our tented fingers to center and then over to your right. Might come off your mat. If you're not using a mat, that's cool too. You can just step off your blanket or whatever it may be. All right, we'll bring the hands back into center. We'll come to sit up on our heels. And just as we started, just noticing your inhale and your exhale. This time bringing one hand to the chest, one hand to the belly. Count how many breaths you can take. And thank you for joining us. See you later.